Hello everyone and welcome back to this YouTube channel. Um yeah, it's just another day in YouTube land and I'm just so excited to be a part of it. I just love being a member of this YouTube community. Nothing fills my soul up more than being a part of something grand. It's like hot chocolate for the soul, you know? I'm just kidding. Um, Today's gonna kind of be a chill video. I don't really know what to talk about. I just wanted to film because it's fun, even though I'm not good at this yet. Maybe I will be someday, though. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know what to talk about. I guess I could talk about. There's this one thing I want to talk about before we get into the meat of the video. Um, Last night I was watching a podcast like I normally do. I've been watching a lot of YouTube podcasts lately, just to kind of like fall asleep to. And last night I watched Violating Community Guidelines with Sarah Schauer and Brittany Broski. I believe the episode was called episode number 24. I think they were talking about like, what were they talking about actually? Something about like celebrities and like ads. Sorry, let me just look this up real quick. My apologies. 21, 22. Really, dude? I typed in 24 and they show me 22 and 21. Oh my god. Okay, celebrities online. That was the name of the fucking video. It doesn't matter. This is a little bit of a pet peeve of mine, but like, it's always just so funny to me when like YouTubers have. Well, okay, it's already funny enough that YouTubers have their own podcasts because there's just so many fucking podcasts in the world. Like, we don't need another one. Like, truth be told, but everyone needs to get paid, so. Or otherwise everyone will be homeless. So I understand why they're making a podcast. It's just funny that it's always so funny to me when they have like a scheduled like weekly podcast. Like, oh, I have a podcast. It's every week. I promise on like Monday. And they stick to the schedule, but with any job, sometimes you get busy and you can't make it to work that day. And basically, long story short, what bothered me about the video was like Brittany Broski wasn't even fucking in it, you know? Like like Sarah Schauer, she was there, she was in the studio, but Brittany Broski, I wasn't really paying attention because I was like, it was already like 2 a.m. I'm like, I just need noise to fall asleep to. But Brittany Broski was not there for whatever fucking reason. I wasn't paying attention that well. But yeah, she just called in through Skype, and I don't know. That's always just so funny to me when like you're a YouTuber and you have a podcast, but you're so busy that when it's the day of the podcast, oh, I can't make it in this week. I'll just call in. I'll just Skype. It's such a like fake imaginary job to begin with. It's just funny when like they can't even like. Then it's just YouTube is just so optional. I don't know how else to phrase YouTube. I feel like that's a decent word for it. YouTube is just like the textbook definition of like unnecessary, And so the fact that she couldn't even like be there in the studio, but they filmed the episode anyway. I don't know. It's always hysterical to me because it's just like, okay, YouTube. No one's forcing you to do YouTube. Okay, so if you don't want to like show up and do your job, then just don't film. Don't film a podcast that week. They're not the only ones who are guilty of this. I also watched TMG, which is the Tiny Meat Gang podcast with Noel Miller and Cody Ko. And I think that's the only other podcast, at least in recent memory, that has done that, where they still film the podcast even though one of them can't make it in for some fucking reason. Oh, you know what? The Sip does that too with Rylan Adams and Lizzie Gordon. God, I watch a lot of terrible fucking content. Um, but again, I don't wanna burn any bridges because maybe my channel will take off one day and I have to collaborate with them. But they probably won't collaborate with me because I've made fun of them and they're pissed off and I've burnt that bridge. But it's nothing personal. I said that about Nick is not green, agree is not Nick. But yeah, Cody Co, he did the same thing that Brittany did. Noel was there in the studio. But Cody, he's just so busy. He's just such a busy celebrity that he just couldn't make it to the studio that day. So it's just so funny to me, like what are you doing? Like, just don't film an episode that week. It's not that big a deal. It's just so funny that it's just like a unnecessary, imaginary, fake job, and then they can't even and they're their own boss, and yet they still can't make they. I don't know. I think you guys get what I'm trying to say, but if you don't, neither do I. So anyway, let's get into the meat of the video. I'm already seven minutes of the way through. Let's do Stranger Things tier list. I've never done one of these before, but I've always wanted to do one because they look fun. I mean, I don't know what. I want to make better content than this, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I feel like I've talked about this. Well, actually, maybe I haven't talked about this. Okay, you know what? Screw the tier list. Maybe we'll get to it by the end of the video, but so if you clicked on this video for the tier list, my apologies. Maybe I'll title it something else, but okay, so I think as the world moves forward, a little bit of a rant monologue here. Okay. How do I say this? How do I put this into words? Okay, I think social media is ruining our attention spans. Right? I don't think I'm out of line for saying that. It's ruining our attention spans. And, we can only consume content 6 to 30 seconds at a time. TikTok is super popular right now. YouTube is dying. And then don't get me started about traditional media like movies and TV shows. Especially late night talk shows. Everything's dying except for TikTok. People don't want to watch anything anymore except for TikTok. And I know that there will be some people who will be like, well, Avengers Endgame came out recently, and that was the highest grossing movie ever at the time. People paid to sit down and watch a whole movie. Well, yes, but people pay to go see movies, and a lot of them just walk out of the theater. They don't even finish the movie, so I'm not saying they did that with Avengers Endgame, but it's possible a lot of people walked out on it. But probably not. But a lot of people do walk out on movies. That's a thing that people do. I can't believe people do that. You spend $10, $20 on a ticket and you just peace out 20, 30 minutes through. But I just can't relate to that because that's such a waste of money. Just watch the movie or don't, make a decision. I'm going to sit down and watch this or I'm not. Anyway, this doesn't matter. The point I was trying to make was I think the future of content is I think the best content that anyone can make right now is the perfect cocktail of traditional media and social media. I think that the thing is old media, how do I say this? I feel like they can't exist without each other. Um, because social media, at least, probably is more contingent on traditional media. Because social media is a lot of like reacting to stuff. But I don't know. I feel like social media has kind of like grown into its own ecosystem, and it doesn't need traditional media as much because people aren't like sitting down and reacting to movies. They are. What are they doing? They're like reacting to their own shit now. Like people will react to other YouTubers or they'll react to TikToks, compilations, and that's not traditional media. So old media can stand on its own. Social media can stand on its own. Anyway, long story short, what I'm trying to say is that I feel like the perfect content moving forward is like the perfect hybrid between traditional media and social media. And for me, at least, like I don't really like watching scripted stuff that much anymore. Um, don't get me wrong, like watching a good movie is like infinitely more fulfilling than watching like a good podcast. But I don't know. I feel like if you combine the two, you could create something really special. I think that's the new genre, or it should be the new genre going forward. Like, so let me talk. Let me elaborate a little bit more. Okay, what I like most about traditional media is the cinematography. Like multiple different camera angles, uh, cool looking shots, and it's like very fast paced. There's a lot of cuts. Every like 6 seconds, there's a cut to a new angle. I like that about movies. What I don't like about movies though is that they're so scripted. Um, so yeah, we should take that from traditional media, the cinematography, and then from social media. What I like most about social media is that like genuine, authentic, off the cuff kind of feel to it. So it'd be cool if like they film off the cuff stuff in a cinematic way. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be, I don't know, I would watch that. And I would want to make that too, but it's so time consuming, and I only have one camera, and I'm just starting out. So I mean, I would probably make that type of content if my channel blows up and I make a lot of money from YouTube. Then I could kind of like take a step back, and I don't have to upload every single day. I can only upload when I want to upload. Anyway, I don't know. Cool fucking rant, dude. I don't know. I feel like I already said it. Um, okay. We only have 6 minutes left. I guess I'll do the Stranger Things tier list. I probably won't put in the title of the video though, because I didn't talk about it until there's only 6 minutes left. Stranger Things tier list. Eddie. I don't think he's quite S tier. He's super popular right now. I kind of get it and I kind of don't. Oh, that shot of him playing guitar though in season 4, part 2. That's such a funny shot of him playing guitar. That might bump him up a whole letter grade. What is this even based off of? This is so subjective. I think I'll put him in A tier. I was gonna put him in B tier, but that shot of him playing guitar, I love that shot. It's so funny to me. Okay, this guy. Sorry, you're probably not going to be able to see my tier lists because I try to keep these videos very raw and unedited. So I'm just going to read it out loud so you know who I'm talking about. Okay, so Eddie's A tier. I was going to put him in B tier, but that clip of him playing guitar, I fucking love that so much. This guy, this cop. I didn't want to say African American, but I don't know how else to. I don't know his name, so. Gosh. I'll just put him in C tier. He's just kind of a nothing character. Erica. Oh my god, she's so annoying. For some reason, this tier list doesn't have F tier. But I would put her in F tier, but it only goes down to D tier, and I don't know how to add F tier. I've never done this before. So we'll just treat D and we'll just treat D tier as both D tier and F tier. So Erica is D tier, worst character ever. This white jock guy they introduced in season 4, D tier. I don't like him at all. The nerd, Vecna victim, D tier. Like the Asian principal girl who talked to Max Mayfield, or like kind of like her therapist, D tier. Brenner, D tier. Whenever he's on camera, I'm just so fucking bored. Vecna. Vecna, I would put in C tier, but after the reveal, like he was a boring character until they revealed that he was Vecna. So when he was like number 1, I would put him in D tier. But now that they've revealed that he's the villain all along, now you want to see him on screen because now he's gonna just start killing a bunch of people and shit, and that's like, you know, it's fucking sick. All that violence, you know. So now he used to be D tier, but since we know he's the villain now, I would put him in B tier. Chrissy, she died too soon, but she was interesting while she was on camera. I'd say B tier. This person, I don't know. I'm just gonna put them in C tier. I don't know who they are. Who is that? I have no idea who that is. Okay, Max Mayfield. Where should you go? Yeah, I'd give her... Sure. I'll give her S tier. Hopper. Hopper was S tier. Well, I don't think I was about to say he was never S tier. That's kind of mean. He was best in season 1, I think. In every season after season 1, Hopper's gotten worse. Be it his plotline is boring or his personality is getting worse. I think he was at his absolute worst in season 3. He was just total cartoon character. Hopper, I don't know. Season 1 Hopper was still very good, so I would give him B tier. He's borderline C tier though. Jonathan, he kind of got sidelined. He was most important in season 1. Now he's not as important. Jonathan, sure, B tier. That might be too high. This Russian guy, I think, who gives a shit, C tier. Mike, I'm always excited to see Mike, but they don't really utilize him that much. Not like they used to. So I would give Mike an A tier. This Eddie Kruger guy, just out of respect, C tier. Steve, S tier. Always excited to see scenes with Steve in it. 11, A tier. Her scenes, like, I would give her an S tier, but her scenes with Brenner, and this is not her fault. I fucking hate the fucking Brenner storyline. So fucking boring. Whenever I see this guy's face on screen, Brenner, I'm like, oh, I could just take a nap now, because holy shit, so boring. Oh, they have a Vecna here separately. Okay, well, then in that case, then... never mind, I'll just leave it. Joyce, B tier. Vecna as Vecna, not as number 1. He's a cool character to see on screen. I'd give him A tier. The blonde bully who bullied 11, season 4, S tier, obviously. Mike's mom, B tier. Who is this guy? I don't know. D tier. I don't know who you are. Another one of the jocks. D tier. Will Byers. Normally I would put him in C tier, but I really want to know what he painted. I assume he painted Mike with a long erection. That's my guess. So B tier. Normally C tier. Lucas. Oh, we're running out of time. Lucas. Oh my God, we're running out of time. Lucas. C tier. Nancy. I like scenes with Nancy. A tier. Oh my God, I only have 9 seconds. Okay, last character. Robin, S tier, obviously. Argyle, C tier.